What's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back with you for an ML Sports Take here from Rosie's Corner. It is, in fact, a Fish Friday, so come on down and grab your fish, the entree for dinner, or the lunch sandwich. Pair it with coleslaw, mac and cheese, and the French fries. It's amazing stuff here. Rosie's Corner, brand new tables and chairs in the back. A great place to dine in or take out your order. And don't forget about the pizza wing combinations for all the games today and tonight, and hot and cold subs, the chips to go with those sandwiches, drinks, salads, desserts out of the cooler and on the counter. It's all here at Rosie's Corner on the Slice app. Make sure you download that app. You can order right from there and visit rosiescorner.com for more information. Gift cards are always available here at Rosie's for every and any occasion. Mother's Day, Father's Day, graduation, you name it. A lot of stuff is coming up in the spring and summertime, so grab a gift card at Rosie's Corner, a proud ML Sports Platter sponsor. Man, what a horrible, sad week for the NHL and the hockey community as a whole. First, it was Mike Bossy, and now today, it's Guy Lafleur who passes away at the age of 70, and it's unbelievable. I was interviewing Liam McHugh from the NHL on TNT, and I was about to close the interview with asking him, how do you remember Mike Bossy? How will you remember him and his legacy and all the rest? And I went to Twitter as I was asking the question, and he had quote tweeted from another handle that Guy Lafleur had died. And I had to combine them together, and I just wanted to kind of, remember these guys and kind of tip the cap a little bit to both of them. Just two premier players in NHL history. Let's start with Mike Bossy first. You talk about a guy who was a rock star, right? Along with Potvin and Billy Smith and Brian Trottier. I mean, that team was so loaded in the early 80s, winning 4 straight Stanley Cups on Long Island. He was a superstar player. And when you think about pure goal scorers, now look, Wayne Gretzky is the all-time leading scorer right now. Alexander Ovechkin will probably pass him, and he's the greatest player of all time. But Wayne Gretzky, when you think of pure scoring, he wasn't necessarily just a pure scorer from A to Z, right? He got a lot of his goals from coming around the net and stuffing it in. He could score on the break. He could score with a big slap shot. But a pure scorer who can go from one end of the ice to the next and could snipe it from end to end as well. That wasn't as much Gretzky. It certainly was Mike Bossy. He is absolutely on the short list of pure goal scorers of all time. It's probably Ovechkin, Bossy, and then to a degree Gretzky, maybe Lemieux, and that's it. I mean, it's a top 4 or 5 list. Whatever list you have, Mike Bossy cannot be below, 2 or 3 as one of the all-time pure scorers in the history of the game. He was an iconic man on and off the ice. Super classy dude. I remember 22 years ago, I went to the NHL All-Star Game in Toronto. They retired Wayne Gretzky's number. I went with my guy, Ralph Schwartz from St. Bonaventure. I was a sophomore there at the time. It was only a 3-hour drive to Toronto. We went up. We saw a lot of hockey games together. He was a huge hockey fan like me. And they retired the jersey. We saw the women's U.S. team play. And also, I went to the Fan Fest. And I spent, a few $100, which is pretty much all I had because I was in college. And frankly, all I have now. But went to the Fan Fest and I bought some pucks and got them signed by hockey legends. One of those legends, Mike Bossy. I've got that puck still at home. That puck is going nowhere but my collection, and just an awfully sad time as Mike Bossy dies. I think he was around 65 years old, too young, and, had to battle cancer and all the rest. It was just a really, really tough deal. But one of the iconic, great pure goal scorers in the history of the league. Then you look at Guy Lafleur. He was the first player in NHL history to score 50 goals in 6 straight seasons. First player to score 50 and 100 points in 6 straight seasons. Canadiens, Rangers, and Nordiques. But he made, obviously, the most impact with the Montreal Canadiens, so that's Habitantes. And this is a guy who was, again, end-to-end, the freewheeling hair. You blink, and he's up the ice already, right? 5 Stanley Cups. You think about the dynasty, Beliveau and Lafleur, and you look at Boom Boom Jeffrin, and you look at Ken Dryden, and all these different guys through the 70s who came through the Montreal system and dominated as Stanley Cup champions, not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4, but 5. One of the great dynasties of all time. Guy Lafleur was a staple. He's easily, for me, on the Mount Rushmore of Montreal Canadiens players of all time. And trust me, that's not an easy list to put together when you look at the history of that franchise. But he was flair and entertainment and ahead of the game in terms of the transition game. You think about the way the game is this year, it's been actually a lot more offense, added into the game. It's an offensively charged game. All the young players, young, fast, skilled, big, but yet very mobile. You look at McDavid, you look at Austin Matthews, you look at Pasternak, you look at Nathan McKinney, you look at the defensemen, you look at Adam Fox, you look at Cal McCarr, you look at Yossi, some of the guys who are still doing it at an older age like Ovechkin and Crosby. When they started changing the rules and they got rid of the red line for the two-line pass, they changed some of the goalie padding, they moved the goal out, pardon me, a little bit. The transition game was kind of implemented there. They got rid of the holding, got rid of the two-man grab thing, they got rid of the trap, all those different things. Guy Lafleur would have flourished in that time period. I don't know how he would have done against the Scott Niedermayer, Scott Stevens, Marty Brodeur, New Jersey Devils, but I think he would do very well in today's NHL from a transition standpoint. He is an ultimate prototypical forward in today's game that can take it from the behind the net. Remember, I talked about that with so many of the other guys, and then going up across the ice, and like in a blink of an eye, you've got a scoring opportunity. He was just a fast-moving, super exciting rock star dude who is just one of the Canadian faces of hockey of the last 100+ years. This is a horrible, sad loss for hockey. Both Guy Lafleur and Mike Bossy, two iconic dudes, great people on and off the ice. They will be missed tremendously. Mike Lindsley with you here from Rosie's Corner. Come on by, pick up a gift card, grab your Fish Friday, and a heck of a lot more. Pizza and wings, hot and cold subs for any occasion. Make sure you come down here. A little secret for you. Try the meatball bomber. Try the garlic parm wings. Try the baked ziti, the stuffed shells, the classic American burger. It is a wide range of items that are basically filled up on that menu. So go check that out at rosiescorner.com. They have new menus here that you can take home, put on the fridge, new tables and chairs, new floors. Place looks amazing. Come in, dine in, or take out at Rosie's Corner. Pizza, wings, pasta, hot and cold subs, and more. And Fish Friday today. Your salads, drinks, and desserts to go as well. Rosie's Corner is a proud ML Sports Platter sponsor. Thank you for listening. As I always tell you, enjoy the games.